Uh-oh. Looks like scummy beasts ahead.
One less monster around.
Indeed. Can we take 1 second and appreciate how beautiful this place is? I mean, the colony was such a depressing place, really. But this is gorgeous. So glad we're out of there. And when I say we, I mean me and my inner voice. Greg. Who are you?
Psst. Hey, you. Come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy, too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool. I could see that right away. Say, you'd probably like to earn a few gold coins, wouldn't you?
Wow, you're a really smooth talker.
Cut the crap. Tell me what you want.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. Nobody gets anywhere with you just by using pretty words. I knew it. I'm dealing with a tough businessman here. You're a businessman and certainly interested in a small addition to your purse, aren't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
About the city guards.
Yes, got an idea?
A few, actually.
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmer's clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Yeah, don't worry, old man. You look an awful lot like a pirate, though. I wonder if they'll mind if I wear convict's clothes. But you know what else I wonder? If they'll let me in with just 10 healing plants. So this is Khorinis.
Oh, you aren't getting in here, my boy.
What is
Of
it?
course
Looking the
I
way
am.
you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. We got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
I'm no rebel.
I'm bringing some herbs for Constantino, the alchemist.
Really?
That's right.
Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble. Understood?
Yes, sir. Those uniforms remind me of the guards in the old camp. I guess guards like wearing red. Just looking for some more plants. No. You know what I said about looking for plants? Forget it. Forget it. Straight into the city with me. I trust you guys won't stand by and watch these beasts kill me?
Come here, damn beast. Alarm!
Put down that weapon. See?
What?
That wasn't so hard.
Alarm!
What do you mean put down the weapon, dude? I have to defend myself. Have you seen these beasts? They're everywhere. Disgusting bugs. Ew. Alright, looks like we're good for now.
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar, paladin of the king and humble servant of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
What? What vanishing?
I have an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
The Honorable Lord Hagen is not receiving any word. Lord Andre, the commander of the city guard, is responsible for all issues pertaining to the common folk.
I never knew that.
I wish to speak to Hagen.
Is it really true?
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town, understood?
Yeah, same old. Don't be a douchebag.
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the paladins. Only the paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
Yes. As a paladin, you are under the serve of mages, right? Fire mages. So technically, you are under my command as a fire mage. Well, I don't look like much of a fire mage right now, but I can assure you, I was a sixth circle magician of fire. Yeah, nobody's listening to me anyway.
How do I become a citizen of the town?
Only those with regular jobs will be considered citizens of the town. But don't think that you'll be admitted to Lord Hagen just because you're a citizen of the town. As a citizen, you have access to the upper quarter, nothing more. Only as a member of the militia will you have access to the town hall.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
So I guess I have to work my way up once more.
Where can I find work?
You'll have to apply as an apprentice to one of the masters here in the lower part of the city. As soon as a master accepts you, you are a citizen of the town. However, the other masters must agree to it. That's the custom here in Khorinis. If you were thinking about looking for work in the harbor district, forget it. The scum of the city live there. Don't even go there. You would regret it.
I think I want to sign up with Constantino. He's the alchemist, right?
How do I get to the upper quarter?
Say, are you listening to me at all?
I'm
You're
just
not a
testing
citizen
you.
of this town. You can save yourself the trip. The guards won't let you in. The entire area behind the inner gate is off limits to you.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
I'm just testing you.
I've got to go.
As long as you're in Khorinis,
I agree with
you can feel safe. The king's paladins watch over this city now.
You know, coming from the penal colony, I can tell you, Lothar, you might have a really pretty shiny armor, but nowhere in the city can you be safe, or nowhere at all. You just have to watch your back.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
I never do that.
That's just the way things work. You let your guard down and someone is going to punch you in the face and steal your things.
Hello, stranger. You must
Hello.
be hungry and thirsty. Perhaps I can interest you in my wares.
That's been known a long time.
My friend, you said music to my ears.
I need some money, and I'm looking for work.
I've heard that Bosper has trouble with his suppliers.
Help him.
His shop is right over there. They say he pays pretty well.
I'm not telling
What do you have to offer?
At the moment, I don't have much choice. The damned landowner doesn't deliver anymore. And what we get from the small farms isn't enough to meet the demands of the city.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
I was actually on my way to see the Paladins.
There's little chance of that. Since the Paladins made themselves at home in the upper end of town, hardly anyone gets in there anymore.
It's all just gossip.
So I've been told.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
Me? Nah, I don't have much say here myself. There are a few people in the lower city who have enough influence to get you past the guards. Mateo, my boss, is one of them. Maybe you should talk to him.
That sounds like a good idea.
Where can I find Mateo?
You're standing right outside his shop. Just go on in. He's practically always there.
What about the other influential citizens?
The merchants and master craftsmen here on the main street are the most important figures in the city. You should try to get accepted by one of them as an apprentice like me. Since I started working for Mateo, the people in the city treat me with respect.
So why won't they listen to me?
Tell me more about the Peasants' Revolt.
It's quite simple. Onar, the fat landowner, won't pay any more taxes to the city. Imagine, we're at war with the orcs, and that fat slob wants everything for himself. Normally, the city guard would take firm measures in such cases, but now comes the best part. They say Onar has hired mercenaries to keep the troops from the city off his back. Mercenaries! The whole thing will end in a damn war, as if one war weren't enough.
Can't go on like this forever.
Well, if it's the same mercenaries I know, the ones from the new camp who were hired by the water magicians to protect the ore, then I'm not surprised at all because they're super capable. So Onar is making a very intelligent move. Why pay these guys from Khorinis when he can just keep his profits and pay off some actual fighters to protect his land?
What do you know about Onar's mercenaries?
I heard that most of them are former convicts from the mining colony, and their leader's supposed to have been a big shot with the king, a general or something, whom they put away as a traitor.
That sounds
These
like
are
Lee.
terrible times.
Would have thought of that himself.
No, they're pretty good times actually.
Show me your wares.
Yes, you have some food, but I don't really have a lot of gold. Let's speak to your boss, Mateo. Hello?
Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Sounds fair to me.
What can you tell me about the militia?
One of the paladins has taken command. A certain Lord Andre. He's trying to mobilize half the city in case the orcs attack. But you need to be a citizen of the town in order to be admitted. As far as I know, if you're not a citizen, you can train anyway, but you won't be officially admitted.
What else can you tell me about Lord Andre?
He has taken over the position of judge as well. If you cause any trouble in this town, you're gonna have to answer to him. I was once in a brawl with a citizen. He went crying to Lord Andre and ratted me out. That little matter cost me 50 gold pieces. I was lucky that it happened at night, or others would have witnessed it. The more people complain about you in this town, the higher your penalty will be.
Guess I'll have to stay out of sight.
Who did you fight with?
With a fellow named Valentino. He often hangs out in the tavern near the temple. I'm not usually a violent person, but that guy needed his face rearranged in the worst way.
Has anything exciting happened?
You could say that. They robbed Bosper the bowmaker. What a brazen thing to do, I tell you. The fellow just ambled into the shop in broad daylight and grabbed himself a bow. And Bosper right after him, hollering, "Stop right there, you rogue!" But the thief was too fast.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Interesting.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
What can I do for you?
You listen to the wrong people.
That's a really good question.
What are you selling?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock. Double hardened armor of snapper leather. Still unused. Interested?
I'm quite short on gold. I think I'll pass.
What do you know about paladins?
Since these bastards have come to the city, I've had nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out stopped me and asked me what was my business there.
And?
Of course they let me in. I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing pigs with wooden swords. And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
The paladins seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard. If I'm lucky, they won't take everything. At least they might leave the armor here.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What are you going to do there?
I've got an important message.
Well, well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
I don't see why I should even try.
You're probably right. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business. But even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away, because they have their orders.
Sounds really boring.
So can you help me get into the upper quarter?
It seems to be really important to you. The question is, how important is it to you?
What are you getting at?
I can help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here, but it'll cost you.
What are you asking for your help?
100 gold pieces.
That's a whole damn lot.
Take it easy. It isn't your gold I have in mind.
But
in principle, it's my gold. Gritta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she owes me in ages. But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her. But Master Thorben, the carpenter, is also a very influential man. Get me the money and I'll help you.
Where can I find this Gritta?
Like I said, she's the carpenter's niece. His house is down the street, the last house on the right before the smithy.
How exactly can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice. As such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides which, you'll earn something while you're at it.
Alright, seems fair enough. I scratch your back and you scratch mine.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Basper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Khorinis?
Well, that's a pretty long story, but...
I need to get into the upper quarter.
Where the paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
You know, this place sounds a lot like the old camp. You have to prove yourself to get anywhere, which is... yeah, it's a hustle. I kinda like the new camp more, now that I have some perspective.
I've heard that someone stole from you.
Who told you that? Probably Bartok, huh? Didn't he have anything better to tell you? Oh, well. Let me tell you, if I get hold of this bastard, he can say his prayers. I left the shop for only a moment. When I came back, I could only just see him leave, with my bow on his shoulder. I called the guards right away, but the lowlife ran towards the harbor, and they lost him there. I lit a bonfire under their asses then, and they searched the entire harbor district, but they didn't find a thing. Those bumbling lackeys. I bet my bow is still in town somewhere. I informed the guards on both city gates, and they haven't seen anyone leave with my bow. When I get my hands on that bastard.
Interesting.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well,
I
can
used
teach
to.
you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
Well, it definitely served me very well last time to know how to skin animals, so teach me.
that was obvious all along. What if I want to sign on with one of the other masters?
Boulder Dash. Herod and Matteo already have apprentices. Constantino the alchemist is a loner, and he hasn't taken an apprentice in years.
Oh, he'll
As
take
for
me.
Thorben, everyone knows he's dead broke. He probably couldn't even pay you. I, on the other hand, am in urgent need of an apprentice, and I pay well too. But no matter where you want to sign on, you need the approval of all other masters from the lower part of town.
Well, Bosper, to be fair with you, I haven't had any luck with bows, or I don't have any talent at all, so while I think it's useful to be able to skin animals, I definitely don't want to be an archer. Well, rather, I'm an anti-talent when it comes to it.
Will I get your approval to sign up with a different master?
All right, you shall have my approval, but on one condition. Work for me, at least for a short time. That way, you can find out for yourself whether you like my craft or not. And who knows, maybe you'll end up liking it and you'll stay with me. If you're good enough to sign on with me, you're also good enough for all others here.
Huh, you're a very fair person, Bosper. I like you.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins.
Wolf
Then I'll
skins?
know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like. Or, you can start with one of the other masters, if that's what you really want. Get that from me.
Wow, you're asking for quite a high toll, Bosper. I'm really bad against wolves.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, really. You take a sharp blade and cut open the animal's belly. Then make a few small incisions on the inside of the legs, and you can peel off the skin. Bring me the wolf skins and we shall see.
Right, I remember now.
Why did your apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself. His name is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
Alright, Bosper, I'm on it. But to be fair, you are keeping your bows right here. So it would be easy for me to take one and just leave right now, wouldn't it?
It can't go on like this forever.
Ah, Master Thorben.
Hey, you!
Ah, fresh face. You're not from Khorinis, are you? This is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere, no work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
Long story, trust me.
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire.
And what about locks?
Well...
I used to.
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
Well, if you know about locks, how about you teach me?
What if I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the other masters here?
All right, I shall give you my approval. But you had better get yourself the blessing of the gods first. Say, are you a man of faith?
Definitely, yes.
Yes, a most humble servant, Master Thorben.
Then go to Vatras, the priest of Adanos, and have him give you his blessing. He will tell you where you can find a priest of Innos. You should get his blessing too. Once you have received the blessing of the gods, I shall vote for you.
Fair enough.
So, you know a lot about locks.
What good is a fine chest without a fine lock? I make my own locks. That way, I can at least be sure I haven't built my chest that sturdy for nothing. A poorly made lock is easy to break, and there are plenty of thieves about in Khorinis, especially lately.
Yes, I heard they're about the docking area around the pier.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, you might be one of those layabouts who only come to town to empty the chests of honest people.
I would not dream
teach you
about it.
anything before I'm convinced that you're an honest fellow.
Master Torment, trust, I'm totally honest. You will never catch me stealing from anybody's chest.
Have you had an apprentice before?
Yes, and not too long ago.
And what happened?
His name is Elvrich. He's my nephew. I was quite pleased with him, actually, but one day he simply didn't show up for work.
Where is Elvrich now?
How would I know? He kept hanging around that filthy brothel by the harbor. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still warming the bed of some whore down there.
How long has it been since you saw him?
I guess it must be about 2 weeks.
That's a long time to be whoring.
Have you reported that to the militia?
Of course I have. They were supposed to catch him and see to it that the lazy bones does his work. But I already regret that. He can do whatever he wants. Sooner or later he'll realize he'll get nowhere in Khorinis without a decent job.
Is that so? I've come about Gritta.
My niece? What's your business with her? This isn't about money, is it?
Yes.
She owes 100 gold pieces to the merchant Matteo.
Tell me this isn't true. Ever since that little piece of work moved in with me, I've had nothing but trouble. She's in debt with practically every single merchant in town. I had to borrow 200 gold pieces from Lamar, the moneylender, just to settle her debts. And now this. Gritta should be in the house. Go ahead, ask her. But I tell you this, she doesn't have a single gold piece.
We shall see.
Alright, Thorben.
Hey, you!
What do you want, stranger? If you've come to beg, I must disappoint you. I am a poor widow. My name is Gritta. Ever since my husband died, I have been running the household for my uncle Thorben.
Woman, I don't know how to tell you this, but you look anything but poor. You have nice hair and nice clothes and a nice house.
Matteo sent me. You still owe him some gold.
He wants his money? What for? The goods he delivered were flawed, bad fabric, and bad seams. And did you look at the colors? Those are not the colors I ordered. That's fraud, that is. Let me tell you, back when my husband was alive, he wouldn't have dared to do that. Oh, my poor husband.
Oh boy, you cannot get spoiled enough, can you? Cut it out.
Cut it out. Where's the gold?
But I don't have the gold. I'm only a poor widow.
Yeah, right.
Then we'll simply sell a few of your togs. I'm sure you've still got a bunch of stuff in your closet.
How dare you, uncouth lout. All right, here, take the gold.
See, that wasn't so hard.
And now will you please leave my house?
Good woman. Hunt and Prey, number 3. Okay, so I guess now I have the gold for Matteo.
Here's your 100 gold pieces.
And? Did she cause any problems?
No.
None to speak of.
Good. You've held up your part of the deal.
Does that mean you'll vouch for me?
Help me sign on as an apprentice with one of the masters.
Don't worry. I'll keep my part of the bargain. The other masters will only hear the best about you from me.
Good man.
Where could I sign on as an apprentice then?
Basically, with any master here on the main street. That would be Harrod the Smith, Bospa the Bowmaker, Thorben the Carpenter, or Constantino the Alchemist. One of them is bound to take you on. But it's important that the other masters agree. That's always been the custom here in Khorinis.
Why don't you take me on as an apprentice?
I would, but the other masters wouldn't agree. I just recently took on another apprentice.
How do I get the approval of the other masters?
You just have to convince them. Go and talk to them. But if more than one of them is against you, you don't stand a chance, so behave yourself.
Is there another way to get into the upper quarter?
Perhaps. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Well, let's find this Constantino then. Hello?
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right? Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
Well, you do raise a really good question, Pablo. Why do they want me dead? Stop all men who come from the mountains. If someone comes along the path, it'll probably be an old man. Okay, yeah, Zardas. Definitely don't mess with him. Huh, that really does look like me, doesn't it?
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
If you mean,
of course.
Do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I meant. Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city, and then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city. And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the good-for-nothings, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
Okay, Mr. Man.
I'm not a good-for-nothing.
Those are big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
Yes.
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon. Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long. If you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice, provided the other masters agree.
I took down the sleeper. I can handle one orc.
Hey,
you must be the apprentice.
New in the city, huh? I'm Brian. I'm Master Harrod's apprentice.
So I've been told.
What's it like to be the smith's apprentice?
Why do you ask? You want to be my successor?
Maybe.
Not really.
Why not? I'm almost done with my apprenticeship, and then I'm gonna leave the city. But not because of Harrod. He is a good master. I have learned a lot from him.
Why do you want to leave this town?
Because the people here are getting on my nerves above all the other masters. I still remember what a fuss it was getting accepted as an apprentice with Harrod. Really, every one of them jokers has something to say about it. I want to decide for myself who I can or can't take as an apprentice.
Tell me more about Master Harrod.
He's not in a very good mood right now. A few days ago, the paladins came and ordered him to forge some swords for them. They've even forbidden him to sell swords to anyone else. Now he slaves day and night to finish the job as quickly as possible.
Wow, and I'm guessing the new apprentice will have to help him with that. No, thank you.
Can I buy weapons from you?
Not really, I'm merely an assistant. The weapons that are made in this smithy are collected by the militia and taken to the towers where they're stored. But if it has anything to do with forging, maybe I can help you.
Wait, so the weapons are taken to the towers? You don't say. Well, maybe I should take a look into those towers.
Who are the other masters?
Well, there's Thorpen the carpenter, Bosper he
yes,
sells armor, but first of all, he's a merchant. All the masters have their houses here on the street, and Constantino's shop is in the underpass to the temple.
What can I get from you?
I can sell you some steel billets.
Nah, I'm good, Brian. What I need is Constantino. Nah!
What do you want? I'm not giving anything away.
I would like to be your apprentice, actually.
I'm looking to become an apprentice.
Really? And with whom are you gonna sign up?
With you?
I want to sign up with you as an apprentice.
With me? No! I have already had the dubious pleasure once of grappling with an apprentice. That's quite enough for me. I invested several years in his education, and in the end, the poor fool up and poisoned himself. Go sign up with one of the other masters.
Wow, that sounds tragic, but trust me, I will not poison myself.
What will I have to do to become your apprentice?
I couldn't bear yet another dilettante on my conscience. There is a multitude of herbs out there. Used in different variations, they develop the most diverse effects. You probably don't even know half of them. Here. This is a list of the most important plants. Bring me a plant of each kind, and I might reconsider taking you in as an apprentice.
Well, I have never done any alchemy job, but I definitely have picked up a lot of plants in the penal colony, so I might know more than you think, Constantino. Oh man, that's a really big list. Are you kidding me? Zurus? So it's Zurus' idea for this fetch plan. Did you say Enos? Water mage, Vatra.
Hey!
Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Vatras, a servant of Adanos, the guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium. What can I do for you?
Bless me, please. I need... Oh, yeah,
Here,
of course.
I've got a letter for you.
For me?
Yeah.
Indeed. This is an important message you're bringing me. I wonder how you got hold of this letter.
Cavalorn.
I got it from Cavalorn, the hunter.
Cavalorn? Where is he?
He told me to tell you he couldn't make it and is headed for the meeting point. Whatever he meant by that.
I see that you have gained Cavalorn's trust. That speaks in your favor.
Well, we're kinda old colony buddies, you could say.
I've got this stone tablet. Can you tell me more about it?
Those are artifacts from the old culture, which we have been investigating for some time. There are several kinds of them. Some contain information about the history of the ancient people, and that is the kind I am interested in.
Me too.
Bring me all of those that you can find. I shall give you an appropriate reward.
I like the way you said reward. Like you really meant it.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
Cavalorn sent me to you.
And what did he tell you?
He said you're in dire need of more good people.
Aha. So, you want to join us, son?
Yes, exactly.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
You do? That means you have already fulfilled the first requirement.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, there must be someone among us who trusts you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know about it. But I know nothing about you at all.
What do you want to know?
Well, you could tell me where you come from and why you have come to the city.
I carry an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
What is this message?
Dragons, yeah.
A large army is gathering as we talk, led by dragons and determined to conquer the country.
Dragons? You speak of beings which until now have only been mentioned in legends. How do you know this?
Zardas.
Zardas, the magician, told me. He sent me to warn the Paladins.
The necromancer. So he lives, and he sent you. Who are you really?
A former convict.
I'm a former convict from the penal colony of Khorinis.
Good. Let us summarize. You are a former prisoner who has been told by Zardas, the necromancer, that dragons have come to conquer the country. And
exactly.
You have come to report this to the Paladins. That all sounds rather fantastic, but I cannot perceive that you are lying to me. Therefore, I must assume that your motives are honorable. I want to give you a chance to join the Ring of Water.
Thank you.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
Since you are not yet a member of our community, I cannot tell you everything, of course. But I shall tell you what I may.
Who are the members of the Ring of Water, then?
I cannot tell you that until you join the ring. But you will certainly have met some of them by that time.
Where are the other water mages?
They are exploring the ruins of an old culture northeast of Khorinis. We suspect that those ruins might contain a passage to a part of the island which is as yet uncharted.
When I say water mages, do you think Satras is among them? Because he and I have kind of a troubled history, I should say.
Tell me more about that uncharted area.
If you're interested in joining the expedition, I could send you to Satras with a letter.
Oh boy.
You can only participate, of course, as long as you're one of us.
Of course.
Satras is gonna be so happy to see me.
What exactly is it that you do?
We stand between the Order of Innos and the chaos of Beliar. If one of the two sides should gain the upper hand, it will mean either total loss of freedom or deadly chaos. Therefore, we guard the balance between the two. That's what makes life in this world possible for all.
And what does that mean in concrete terms?
The fall of the barrier has evoked numerous threats. The bandits are probably the most obvious one. Not only has it become all but impossible to travel the island without being attacked, there's someone in town, too, who supports the bandits. We have found out that the bandits receive regular deliveries from a weapons merchant in Khorinis. We try to find such people and keep them from endangering the city. If you can find out anything about this, let me know.
Okay, I will.
What must I do in order to join the ring?
Know that you take on great responsibility by joining the ring. I do not let just anyone join who comes to us and asks. If you want to join the ring, you will have to prove that you act like one of us.
And that means...
Before we let a young man join our ranks, he must have done a great deed for the ring. Only then can I begin to consider letting you help preserve the balance of forces on this island.
So what would be an appropriate deed that might convince you?
Khorinis is facing a great enigma these days. The number of people missing from the town seems to increase almost daily. If you can explain to me what happened to them, you shall have your place within the Ring of Water. However...
Yes?
You should take your message to the paladins first. I consider it a matter of utmost importance. Talk to Lord Hagen.
Sounds like I'm playing detective.
Is there anything that could help me with my search?
You're a very persistent young man. But I actually can think of something that could make your tasks easier for you. I shall give you this ore amulet. You'll certainly be able to use it. It is an amulet of the searching will-o'-the-wisps. There are only very few of them. The will-o'-the-wisp that inhabits this amulet has very special properties. It can help you find things that normally elude the naked eye. You summon it by simply wearing the amulet. If it loses its power or you cannot find it, simply put on the amulet again and it will reappear. The will-o'-the-wisp can detect weapons. It could be very helpful to you in investigating the weapons deliveries to the bandits. Treat it well, and it will never fail you.
Thank you. I shall take good care of it. About this weapons dealer. How much do you know about the weapons dealer?
Ask Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, about this. He should be able to tell you more. He has been tasked with unmasking the weapons dealer. You can find Martin in the harbor district. If you see a heap of crates, provision, and paladins, Martin won't be far.
About those missing people.
Yes?
Where should I start looking for them?
Most of those people disappeared down by the harbor. That's probably where you should start your search.
That's also where the thieves disappear.
Let me tell you what I know.
What have you found out?
Nothing important so far. I'm asking your blessing.
Why should I give you my blessing, stranger?
I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the masters in the lower part of town.
Go with the blessing of Adanos, my son.
But Lord Hagen is not going to receive me.
Yes, he will, no doubt about it, provided you become a member of a powerful community first. The ring has far-reaching connections. We shall assist you in conveying your message as soon as possible. You should talk about this to Laris, whom I trust. He will help you.
Laris?
I shall do that. Where can I find a priest of Innos?
The best thing would be to look around the marketplace. You will find an emissary of the monastery there.
Can you teach me something about magic?
Only the chosen of Innos and the chosen of Adanos are permitted to work rune magic. But
believe me,
can also work magic with the help of spell scrolls. I can show you how you can channel and expand your magic powers.
As it turns out, I'm a chosen of both Innos and Adanos.
Wait! If you see Laris, give him this ornament and tell him that it needs to be returned. He'll know what to do with it.
Sure thing. Now, where would I find some shelter in this place?
I don't want any trouble.
Adanos saw that this way nothing could exist at all. No light. And no
wow, you guys are very devout. To stand here in rain, listen to this guy.
So
although Vatras does seem to be like a good guy. Well, I would say that, generally speaking, magicians of water are pretty good guys. Oh, look at this. If it's not Greg.
One more thing.
Listen, kid, I've got important things to do right now. We'll talk again later, got it?
Okay, very mysterious. Zures, the one who told Constantino to put new apprentices to this lousy task of finding herbs.
I'm Zurus, master of potions.
What a
Do you need
shock.
an essence of healing or a magic elixir? Then you've come to the right place.
Do you brew your own potions?
No, I either get them from the monastery or I buy them from Constantino, the alchemist. If you're interested in brewing potions, then talk to him. He needs an assistant, but he's too pig-headed to hire someone himself. He's just as stubborn as a mule. He always passes me when he goes out on the east gate to collect plants for his potions.
Where exactly does Constantino gather his herbs?
He always goes through the eastern city gate here and then disappears into the wilderness to the left. He once told me that just about everything grows there, except for King Sorrel.
Has Constantino ever told you where to find King Sorrel?
I once heard him say that the stuff grows near stone circles. Near Lobart's farm. That's a farm near the other gate. There's one of those stone circles. I think it's on a hill. It used to be a grave or something.
I've been there. And there was no King Sorrel.
Show me your wares.
I would have noticed, I think. Nah, Magician of Fire.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual comfort? Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos, or donate some gold for his church?
Whoa, why you speak so funny, man? I would like a blessing.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good. Then you will probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Enos, won't you?
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
But my son, without a modest donation to the church, it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can I be certain of your good intentions toward the Holy Church of Enos?
You know, I like Enos, but fire mages are just... ugh.
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought. You have more than 100 gold pieces. The Lord says give if you have. The church accepts your generous donation. I bless you in the name of Enos, for he is light and righteousness.
You are the scummiest fire mage I've ever seen. Ugh.
I need to talk to the paladins. Can you help me get to them?
Well, you need access to the upper end of town. However, this is allowed only to citizens and the city guard. And of course, to us, magicians of fire.
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians. However, the path to acceptance is long and full of work and study.
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic, but the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains. We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Enos.
Tell me about Enos.
Enos, our almighty Lord, is the light and the fire. He chooses humans to be his tool, giving them magic and laws. We act in his name. We administer justice according to his will and preach his word.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins and support the citizens with my advice and with helpful words. Particularly in these difficult times, it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
Yeah, I'm sure you're a beacon of wisdom. Not.
Welcome, stranger. My name is Baltrop. Have you come to stock up on food? I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. I don't have much in stock right now, but I'll be getting a new delivery soon.
Have you got a job for me?
No, I already have an errand boy. Try the other merchants.
Alright.
Innos be with you, stranger. If you're looking for a good selection for the traveler, then you're in the right place. But I'm warning you, if you're planning on helping yourself without paying, I'll call the city guard.
Just a moment. Do I look like a thief?
Bah! You won't be the first one to make off with my things today.
Somebody stole from you.
I can't prove it. The fellow was damn clever. Introduced himself as Ringaroo, if that really is his right name. He's been hanging around the marketplace the last few days. And every evening he gets plastered at the beer stand down the street. I bet the bastard is drinking my money. I only looked away for a moment, and my purse was gone.
I could get your gold back for you.
Oh? And why would you do that?
Well, that depends. Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
You've got the wrong man. I'm from out of town like most of the merchants in the marketplace. If you want to get into the upper quarter, go talk to the resident merchants in the lower part of town.
I want part of the gold as a reward.
First, see if you can get my purse back. Then, we'll talk about your reward.
Why didn't you call the city guard?
The guards only respond if a thief is caught in the act. And when I noticed my purse was missing, the bastard was already gone.
Tough luck then.
How much gold was in that purse?
50 gold pieces. That's quite a lot in these crappy times.
It's not that much, really.
I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. If you just knock the bastard down, the city guard will get involved. Lately, things have been getting really tough here. Since the paladins came to town, the guards have been cracking down on brawlers. So think of something.
I shall. I've got to be on my way.
I am Hacker, the weapons dealer. Every man should carry a weapon these days, especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
Tell me more about the area around the city.
It's gotten too dangerous out there, because of the bandits, for one thing, and also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crappy times. They're venturing closer to the city all the time.
I don't know, you guys think these are crappy times, but I think they're great times.
Do you know anything about the paladins?
Yes. Those guys are ruining my business. All you can buy in this entire town is a short sword at most. They've helped themselves to anything that's longer than 1.5 feet. In return, I now get to live in the hotel free of charge.
Where do you get your weapons from?
Harad the smith has been my supplier up to now. Now all he does is make stuff for the paladins. He works for those guys day and night like a madman, without pay. He thinks it's his duty. All I can offer you now is my remaining stock.
What do you know about the disappearances of the citizens of Khorinis?
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate. Some of those who came I had never seen before in my life. And many of those who went out never came back. But what happened the other day was really quite strange. There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe. He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money. He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers where the militia keep their arms. I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day. I reported this to the militia. I thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon, but Lord Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
What do you know about the bandits?
What do I know about them? They robbed me on my way to the city. And I'm not the only one. They've been up to their tricks for quite a while. The militia tried to track them down, but without any success.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the search?
The fellow's name is Pablo. He and a few others went looking for the bandits, but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
He patrols around the city. You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
Where did they hold you up?
Near Akhil's farm. Just go out of the city gate from here. Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps. The bastards came from there. I bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
I'll deal with it.
What? You want to take on the bandits? By yourself? You're quite a good fighter, huh?
How much is the matter worth to you?
That's a dangerous business. Well, it's all right with me. I'll pay you 100 gold pieces if you defeat the bandits.
That doesn't seem much to me.
Show me your wares.
Yeah, not exactly a competent fighter, or much of anything, really. Rangaru? Now hold on a minute. This is the thief.
Wait a minute. Jorah says you've got his money.
Damn it! I'm out of here!
No, you're not. Come back here, you slimy bastard. Don't think you're gonna get away from me. I can still see you. Nice try.
Hey, what do you want from me? Huh?
The money.
You stole from Jorah in broad daylight, and he even saw you do it. So
Makes
I've
you
come
an
to tell you
idiot.
that you're a lousy thief, and that... You had better hand over Jorah's gold now.
Here's the dough, man! But now let me go! I'll never do it again!
You expect me to believe that?
I should turn you into the militia.
What else do you want? I've got nothing left. Let me go, man!
Yeah, that's not gonna work on me.
I'll see to it that you are put behind bars.
Oh, I don't want any more trouble. If you think that's what you should do, then be my guest. Hey, be careful, though. My friends are not gonna like what you're pulling here.
Ooh, I'm scared of your friends. As far as I'm concerned, you're competition, so taking you off the streets is in my best interest. Lord Andre.
With you, stranger. What brings you to me?
Well, sir, I've come to report on a crime.
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal. Rangaru stole from the merchant Jorah. He tried to skedaddle, but I caught him.
Good. My men have already picked him up. He won't be stealing from anyone else in the near future. Here is your money.
Oh, you work fast, Andre.
I've got an important message for Lord Hagen.
Well, you stand before one of his men. What is this about?
It's about a sacred artifact, the Eye of Innos.
The Eye of Innos. I have never heard of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If there truly is an artifact of this name, only the highest members of our order would know anything about it. In any case.
That's why I have to talk to Lord Hagen himself.
Lord Hagen receives only paladins, or those who are in the service to paladins. It is beneath his dignity to waste his time with members of the common folk.
Why are you paladins in town?
The goals of our mission are secret. I can only tell you that there is no danger for the citizens of the town. You need not worry.
Yeah, right.
About those missing people,
Just leave me alone with that. I've got other problems.
Alright, if you say so.
Wait a minute.
What do you want? Peck isn't here, so you can't get anything. Come back.
So why won't they listen to me?
I want to get stronger.
Of course you do. But so long as you aren't one of us, or a paladin, I won't help you.
How generous of you.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Get out of here!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Get out!
I was just coming to say hi, guys. Why so mean? Why so serious? Jesus. And you've left this place unprotected just like that? Look at that then.
I know nothing about picking locks.
Actually, I know someone who might be able to teach me about picking locks. But first, I need to get some sleep.
Do you really think?
And he works all day too.
Don't tell me you didn't know. Nothing
Ian,
surprises me
perfect.
Ah, customer, what can I do for you?
A warm bed, please.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
I'm looking for a room.
Ah, you're in the right place then.
What does it cost to spend the night?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
Paladins are responsible for the lodging of all travelers.
So can I stay the night here for free?
Yes, yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have 1 or 2 beds free.
Wow, that sounds very nice.
You never would have thought of that.
Why do the paladins pay for everything?
I don't know what that's all about either. For one thing, I think they want to get all the poor suckers off the streets so they don't make any mischief. And for another, they want to get on the good side of the traveling traders. Now that the farmers are rebelling, we have to rely on the traders for provisions. Besides, I think they want to improve the morale in the city a bit. Lord Andre has even arranged for free beer to be given out at the Gala Square.
Who's staying here at the moment?
Almost all of them are traveling traders from the market.
Aha!
Don't even think about messing with their stuff. I don't want any trouble here. Oh, don't.
I have a few questions about the city.
Actually, never mind. I think I can answer my own question. There is nothing like a good night's sleep. Well, none of these merchants are keeping their positions here.
I know nothing about picking locks. I'll never get this open without the right key.
Bartok. Hello?
Wait a minute. How's it going?
You're not from around here, are you? Never mind. Neither am I.
Where did you hang around before?
In the woods, hunting scavengers and wolves together with some hunters. But I gave it up. These are dangerous times. There's a lot of riffraff running around out there.
Where can I find the other hunters?
We had our camp outside near the tavern halfway to Onar's farm. But I don't know whether there is anyone left in the camp now. There used to be 2 of us here in town until a few days ago. My friend Trokar is an excellent hunter.
Bosper said you used to work for him.
Yes, I did, but he was only interested in his blasted hides. I told him how dangerous it's gotten out there. He didn't really listen to me. Well, anyway, he paid well. I can't complain about that.
Can you tell me anything else about him?
Vosper had one of his bows stolen recently in broad daylight. Some guy just waltzed into his store, took a bow, and left. The thieves are getting more and more brazen.
Can you teach me something about hunting?
I can teach you how to sneak properly and how to handle a bow.
So, where is your friend Trokar now?
Well, it's a curious story. Only a few days ago, we were both standing at the bar in Corrigan's Tavern, discussing the hunt. Don't ask me what happened next. I had had a few by then. I vaguely remember Trokar saying that he was going out to get a few swampweed reefers. He never came back.
Where does one get swampweed reefers?
Somewhere down at the harbor, as far as I know.
A lot is happening in the harbor. There's thieves, there's people missing, there's weed. The kind that doesn't make you go crazy, I hope.
Didn't you go looking for him?
No, but I reported it to the militia. But they haven't been able to find him yet. I hope he didn't get attacked by a wolf, or worse. I'm afraid that I'll stumble over his body someday when I'm out hunting. I don't think I could bear that.
Wow.
Why don't we go hunting together?
With two, it isn't so dangerous, that's true. Do you know anything about hunting then? I mean, do you know how to skin an animal?
Yes.
All right, but I want to see 50 gold pieces. For that, you can keep the skins and sell them to Vosper. That's a fair deal, isn't it?
Here they are.
Let's not go hunting right now. I mean, you look much stronger than I do. I should probably find some better gear. Well, if experience has taught me anything, is that the best way to get some gear and some money is to repossess or, you know, find some things in other people's chests. So Thorban, teach me how to
Your niece
pick lock.
had 100 gold pieces.
What? The brazen little serpent. That was my gold. She took it from my chest. Give it back to me. I have to pay off Lamar first. Mateo can get his money later.
I've already given Mateo his gold.
Damn. Oh well, a debt is a debt. At least you didn't keep the money. I guess I should thank you for that.
How about your approval, Master?
Has Vatras given you his blessing?
Yes.
And did you also get the blessing of a priest of Innos?
Yes, I did.
Then you shall have my blessing as well. No matter what path you decide to take pride in doing a good job, my boy.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
You have paid Gritta's debt with Mateo. You seem to be a decent fellow. I shall teach you what you want to know. However, I cannot do it for free. I still have a mountain of debts, and I need the money.
How much do you charge?
200 gold pieces.
Whoa, 200?
Fine, here are 200 gold pieces.
This money will really help me. We can start as soon as you're ready.
Oh boy, that's not cheap at all.
Teach me how to pick a lock.
All you need is a lockpick. If you move it carefully left and right in the lock, you can unbolt the mechanism. But if you move it too much or too fast in the wrong direction, it will snap right off. The more adept you become, the fewer lockpicks you are going to need. That's all there is to it, really.
Can you sell me some lockpicks?
If I have any left.
If I have any gold left, rather. Broken shield. Alright, I'll just take all the lockpicks off your hand. Now, if I wanted to get some weapons, well, a blacksmith should have some, I suppose.
You've got no business,
Smart kid.
Oopsie.
Hey, you're not quite as stupid.
Smart kid.
Really? No weapons whatsoever? Wow, that's disappointing. What sort of blacksmith are you?
Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Hey, you!
Who, me?
I'll never get this open without the right key.
I should probably go sleep and come back at night.
Hey, you! What are you creeping around there for?
None of your business, woman.
Show me your ware.
Wow, that's a really expensive book. Oh. You don't seem to have any chests either.
And Enos gave unto him a portion of his divine power, so that he might undo the work of Beliar. And Beliar spoke to another creature, and Enos brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth. On the land of Adonis, and the wrath of the gods was with them.
Can I get a drink here?
If you have gold, you can even eat here if you like.
And how's business going?
Don't remind me. Lord Andre is serving free beer at the Gallows Square. Hardly anybody comes here now, except for the rich people from the upper quarter.
What's wrong with them?
Some of those swells could really get on your nerves. Take that Valentino, for instance. I can't stand the sight of him. But I can't pick my customers. I need every coin I can make. What little I had managed to save has been stolen, along with all my silver.
You've been robbed?
Yep, some time ago. It was still rather crowded that night, and I was doing the rounds serving beer. I wasn't gone long from behind the counter, but it was long enough for those bastards. I went to see the militia about it, but they couldn't find a thing, of course. Yeah. They prefer to get plastered on free beer.
Tell me about the missing townspeople.
I heard that a lot of them went missing down by the harbor. Small wonder with all that's going on down there. Even Thorben, the carpenter in the lower part of town, has lost his apprentice. Hakon, one of the merchants in the marketplace, had an especially strange tale to tell. He said that there was this fella that he used to bump into every day, and then suddenly he vanished off the face of the earth. He even went to see the militia about it. Townspeople all pretty much panicked after that. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's all nonsense. Khorinis is a rough city, and many dangers lurk outside her gates. Those who don't stay within the city walls will be attacked by bandits or eaten by wild animals. It's that simple.
What is it with this Valentino?
He's filthy rich and has no need to work. And he brags about it to everybody, whether you want to hear it or not. He drinks a lot and always stays until the end, and then early in the morning he totters back to the upper quarter. It's the same every day.
Is that right? Very interesting.
What do I have to do to get into the upper quarter?
Well, you need to be a citizen of the town. Go find some work, preferably with a craftsman in the lower part of town. That'd make you a citizen. Well, and if that's still not enough, go talk to Lord Andre at the barracks. Maybe he'll let you join the city guard. They can go into the upper quarter, too.
Spoke to it, and the beast became his subject. And Beliar gave unto it a portion of his divine power, so that it might destroy the land.
All civilian judges are to hand over their duties to royal paladins, effective immediately. The Honorable Lord Andre is commanded to punish every crime or act of resistance against the King's guards most severely. Every inhabitant of Khorinis who is guilty of a crime is to report immediately to Lord Andre.
To the wrong people.
Whoa, there's something burning up there. If I'm not careful, I'll run out of lockpicks soon. I only have 8 left.
What do you want here? Go! Smart kid.
Darren is here. Oh man, he's not sleeping. I don't suppose I can pick this lock with him being there.
What's your business here? Smart kid.
Bummer.
See? That wasn't so hard.
I'd have gone about it differently. You listened to the wrong people.
That's not what I heard.
I was hoping to find some weapons here. But I guess not. At least I find some money. 50 gold pieces, nice.
I'm not telling you anything new.
That's really not my problem.
I'd have done it differently.
Really quiet now.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
There's nothing you can do about it.
I never knew that.
I agree with you completely.
Rusty sword.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
I already have a rusty sword.
Just gossip.
That's been known a long time.
That doesn't surprise me.
But now he said that he knew better.
I agree with you completely.
It's a bad business.
That's been known a long time.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Do you really believe that?
Tower key, nice.
To believe these days.
That doesn't surprise me.
I guess now we have to find the tower. The right tower.
That's really not my problem.
Is it really true?
That was obvious all along.
I'm not telling you.
Now, from what I've heard, there are weapons inside these towers, crafted by the smith. So it might be a good idea to look for these towers.
That's really not my problem.
I'm not telling you anything new.
didn't know that.
I'd have gone about it differently.
I'm no...
Well, I don't think these guys are asleep though. Yeah, they're all vigilant.
Hey you! What are you creeping around there for?
I'm not. I'm gonna go out of... You didn't see anything? Actually, there are still some more houses that I would like to check first. Especially the Bower. Bosper. Also Mateo. He might have some stuff, especially some armor.